I came down today at your invitation.
I came down today at your invitation
Because I think everyone here is an example of what I've been wishing for many years.
because I think everyone here is an example of what I've been wishing for many years.
Namely what I call cool heroes.
Namely what I call cool heroes.
We need cool heroes today.
We need cool heroes today.
We don't need hot heroes.
We don't need hot heroes.
By cool, I mean non-violent.
By cool, I mean non-violent.
I mean those who can be forceful,
I mean those who can be forceful,
intelligent,
intelligent,
just, and insightful,
and
speak up loudly and clearly,
speak up loudly and clearly,
but without getting angry, or without indulging in hatred. Here we are at Liberty Plaza. And we're trying to keep liberty going on this planet. And actually this planet is in dire jeopardy. Because of the military-industrial machine that is beyond East and West. The industrial part has to do with organized greed. It expands the individual's limitless greed. With high-tech power. And is transcending the capacity of the planet. Pollution, global warming, overpopulation, all comes from this technological expansion of greed. On the other side, you have hatred. Which necessarily goes along with greed. Because the greedy person hates the other greedy person. Who he assumes is trying to take away whatever he wants. So we need to control both of these problems. Therefore, in order to do that, every person has to control it inside their own mind. No one should be protesting against some nasty bankers. If they really truly do hate them. They are not worthy of being hated. They are just like us. They are just luckier at the moment. And unluckier in the long run. Because they are taking away too much from too many. And this makes them paranoid. They never can have any fun. Because they think you're going to pick their pocket. And 1 billion is not enough. They need 10. When they get 10, they need 20. They got 20, they want 100. And by that time, they're reduced to a pile of shivering paranoia. Trying to hold everything clutched with them in some sort of plastic germ-free bag like Howard Hughes.
Everything clutched through them like some kind of plastic germ-free bag like Howard Hughes.
If they're male, by then they're on their 4th trophy wife. Their kids can't stand them. And they're literally afraid of everyone. Therefore, we have to be sympathetic to them. We don't hate them. We feel sorry for them.
We feel sorry for them.
I imagine none of them are out here protesting.
I imagine none of them are out here protesting.
Making new friends.
Making new friends.
Hanging out.
Hanging out.
Losing weight.
Losing weight.
Getting no good food.
Getting no good food.
Having to hold their pee until they find a restaurant.
Having to hold their pee until they find a restroom.
They're just uptight up in their offices.
They're just uptight up in their offices.
Pressing buttons on the computer screen.
Pressing buttons on the computer screen.
And the only relief they have
And the only relief they have
is going to some sort of squash court somewhere
is going to some sort of squash court somewhere
and viciously whipping each other.
and viciously whipping each other.
They really are objects of sympathy and compassion.
They really are objects of sympathy and compassion.
Actually, I think you all know this,
Actually, I think you all know this,
but maybe you just need encouragement about it.
but maybe you just need encouragement about it.
You're happier than the violent people. Look at you, you're all smiling.
Look at you, you're all smiling.
You're only worried that the professor's going to say too many words,
You're only worried that the professor's going to say too many words,
and you won't be able to hear.
and you won't be able to hear.
So you're actually cool in your own space.
You're actually cool in your own space.
You have an aura of liberty about you.
You have an aura of liberty about you.
That is your most precious thing that you show.
That is your most precious thing that you show.
Now, however,
However,
the corporatocracy
the corporatocracy
has taken over the mass media
has taken over the mass media
and the electoral system,
and the electoral system,
so they are defeating your will.
so they are defeating your will.
Every poll says
Every poll says
70% of us
70% of us
want Social Security without problem,
want Social Security without problem,
want a single-payer medical system,
want a single-payer medical system,
want to have banks and insurance companies realize they work for us.
want to have banks and insurance companies realize they work for us.
Service industries mean they serve us, we don't serve them.
Service industries mean they serve us, we don't serve them.
The corporatocracy
The corporatocracy
are sort of a wimpy bunch of guys
are sort of a wimpy bunch of guys
with a couple of token girls
with a couple of token girls
who don't actually know how to make anything,
who don't actually know how to make anything,
but they know how to sign checks and push papers,
but they know how to sign checks and push papers,
which my pathetic university taught them,
which my pathetic university taught them,
without properly teaching them ethics,
without properly teaching them ethics,
or meditation,
or
sex therapy even,
or sex therapy,
or yoga,
or yoga,
or how to have a decent life.
or how to have a decent life.
But the one thing they're good at
But the one thing they're good at
is not wanting to pay people to make things.
is not wanting to pay people to make things.
An honest wage,
An honest wage,
a decent job.
a decent job.
So they support dictatorships like China
So they support dictatorships like China
to keep slaves on tap for them,
to keep slaves on tap for them,
$1 a day,
$1 a day,
so they can bust the unions here
so they can bust the unions here
and export all our jobs
and export all our jobs
and even get tax breaks for it.
and even get tax breaks for it.
This has to stop.
This has to stop.
You have to vote the Congress people who are corrupt
You have to vote the Congress people who are corrupt
out of office
out of office
so that 70% of the wishes of the American people
so that 70% of the wishes of the American people
will be honored by them.
will be honored by them.
They should serve their constituents,
They should serve their constituents,
which is you,
which is you,
and not their contributors,
and not their contributors,
which are the people up there in those buildings,
which are the people up there in those buildings,
who are the 1% or less,
who are the 1% or less,
and you are the 99% or the 70%.
and you are the 99% or the 70%.
So you just have to stand there peacefully insisting upon it.
So you just have to stand there peacefully insisting upon it.
And keep it clear in your understanding.
And keep it clear in your understanding.
And don't be brainwashed by political propaganda.
And don't be brainwashed by political propaganda.
Like Fox News.
Like Fox News.
Like all of the Murdoch companies.
Like all of the Murdoch companies.
Which are just serving the few corporatocracy.
Which are just serving the few corporatocracy.
And to lull us into complacency.
To lull us into complacency.
Which temporarily now.
You
all are not doing.
You all are not doing.
Which is really good.
Which is really good.
You must keep it up.
You must keep it up.
No violence.
No violence.
Isn't that right? We must all meditate every day.
Isn't that right? We must all meditate every day.
But not just some I don't think anything.
I don't think anything.
Oh, I feel so good I didn't think.
I feel so good I didn't think.
That can be nice like a Prozac or something.
That can be nice like a Prozac or something.
But it can be a little addictive.
But it can be a little addictive.
And it doesn't really bring you insight.
And it doesn't really bring you insight.
And it dulls your compassion.
And it dulls your compassion.
And dulls your intelligence.
It dulls your intelligence.
Which is what you really need.
What you really need.
And so when you meditate, think about compassion.
Think about compassion.
Think that here we are free to spend our time.
Think that here we are free to spend our time.
Envisioning a happier world.
Envisioning a happier world.
A world like what Jeff Sachs is working for.
A world